In a world where there's no rule of law or any rules but to survive, what do you become? What's left of you having gone through all of this? And how do you deal with the world? That's the essential dynamic in this story, that in extremis, people, the essence of the human being is revealed, and that's the essential story which I would like to think the audience takes from it. On the simplest level, it's about someone who's taken from home as a child, makes a promise to return whatever it takes to get home, and she spends her whole life getting home. It's basically the odyssey of one character who undergoes a number of trials, accumulating the skills which are going to get her to fulfill her objective, which is to get home, having promised her mother, no matter how long it takes, whatever you have to do, promise me you'll find your way home. Beat by beat, we see her become the Furiosa we meet in Fury Road. All the good and the bad, all the complexity, I hope, is revealed in this story. Furiosa is not only about that character, but it's about the world from which she came, about the Citadel, how that may have become the sort of the dominant citadel of the wasteland, and Gastown and Bullet Farm and so on. There's no question that Anya brought something that's ferocious to the movie. I mean, whether it's in her or not, she found that in herself. And it's something that I sensed in her work previous to working with her, and it's something I really got to know in this movie, in working with her on this movie. There's something resolute, highly determined, and ultimately ferocious. That's in her, and I think that's seen on the screen. Once I met Chris and saw his response and understood what he was thinking, and the way that dovetailed, I thought, okay, he's the one who should take on Dementus. One of the organizing ideas in the design of the film is that everything must be made from found objects repurposed. There's no manufacture of anything new. That's why there are no electric cars in Fury Road or this world, because they wouldn't survive. You couldn't use them. I think that's one of the great things about Fury Road and Furiosa. It's where we start is very grounded. And Guy's the same as well. So rather than do a digital stunt, far better to do a real stunt as the basis of the shot. Then you can enhance everything around it digitally. If it's unsafe to do flames, it gets too close to the stunt people, and it gets in the way of doing it properly, then we'll do digital stunt flames. But at least have some flames there in order to give us a sense of what it would be. If we can't create a storm, at least have the vehicles driving into the storm all real, and so on and so on. So I think the instinct from Colin and Guy and everyone is absolutely right. For me, action is the purest use of the film language. All the syntax of cinema is best revealed in action sequences. Action sequences have to be about character. They have to be about a story. They're not just, very kinetic, entertaining events. They have to be very character driven. So of course, there's action in Furiosa. There's a lot of it, and it's different. And I think if it just repeats what we did in Fury Road, then I think it'll be seen as a cynical exercise. Every time you see something basically repeating what was successful in the past, it more or less, people become anaesthetized to it. For those who hadn't seen Fury Road, it doesn't make any difference. And for those that have seen Fury Road, it doesn't make too much difference, because except that you will understand all the antecedent forces and vectors that went into creating the events of Fury Road. So they're basically they're basically one long saga.